Hello and welcome to the Luxury Hybrid channel, where I introduce luxury to affordable, because if you combine it all, you can have it all. And if you subscribe right now for free, I will share all my secrets with you. Today's video is an update and review on my Louis Vuitton 6 key holder with the Damier Ebene print in the Rose Ballerine leather trimming and interior. So I have been using this for one entire year. Actually, a little bit over a year. I bought this. Oh yeah, but I didn't use it until I switched it out. Okay, so it's been a year. I'm going to remove my key fob from my key ring that I let stick up on the top, so that this way the key fob can hang over in the back like such. When you open it, I don't know if everybody knows this, but this key holder can actually be removed. So when you pull back on the outer tabs here, you just slide the keys along the track. I gotta do so carefully so they don't fall off. And then it'll be easier to review the key holder. So let's just get started on the wear and tear of this. A major difference that I've noticed in comparison to my last key holder review, if you've not seen that, I will link it down in the description below. When I posted that video, I hadn't realized that on the folded corners on either side there was actually some pulling away. I guess you could say the glazing had been giving away, so the canvas was pulling away from the leather. With this key holder, that's not the case, but I have been doing something differently. Because I no longer carry cash in the back of this slit of leather right here, all I have are insurance cards. And I don't carry my ID in the back of this anymore either. And this is not on purpose. I don't open it like this anymore. Basically, when I'm on my way home, I pretty much just unsnap here, grab my house key out, snap it back. It's just become a habit. And then I have my house key to get in. And then I open again like this and put it back in. I really don't find myself opening it any wider than this. And like I said, it's not intentional. It's just not having the need to go back here. So I'm thinking that that is what has saved the glazing on all four corners. In fact, let me open it so you can see. So when I open it like this, you can see that there's no lifting or separation. And on the other side, there's no lifting or separation. There is, however, you can see that there's dirt from the metal keys having oxidized against the pink leather, but that's really not an issue. Oh, and also, let me just show you the whole canvas too. It has not been babied. It has been shoved in the back of my purse, in the back of my pocket. It's just been handheld. So I use my things. I try to take care of them, but I like to use my things also. So for example, my key ball, people are shocked that I just like threw it on the floor first time using it. I'm like, yeah, it's a travel bag. Of course I'm gonna throw it on the floor. So anyway, getting back to this, it is a little bit dirty on the outside button. So you can see that, I guess, you know, from my finger, or well, it's got to be my finger. I mean, where else is it going to be? Overall, it's held up really well. I did cheat though. I didn't use the new key holder rings that came with this. I just swapped out the bar because I didn't have the time or the patience for it. So in all honesty, the wear of the brass on the key ring is not what you would see on a 1-year-old, but it's so light, the fading, that it's really not noticeable. You'd really have to be OCD to be bothered by something like that. I'm going to give you a better angle because I want to show you how I get rid of the staining, if that's what you want to call it. I'm going to attempt to remove the oxidization of the keys by using a standard face cloth. The face cloth I'm going to use is not wet at all, and that's only because the last time I cleaned my key holder, which was the fuchsia interior, I used a paper towel and I used it dry. So I'm going to attempt the same thing with this washcloth. I was hoping that perhaps the fibers on this would work better than a paper cloth. Okay, not bad. Looks a little bit better, I think, right? Let me use a different section. Okay, it seems to look a little better. I'm going to do the rest off camera, so just to speed up time. I'm so excited I was able to get it clean just by using the towel. I'm going to give you a close-up so that you can see here. And it's pretty much spotless. I mean, aside from using leather cleaner, which I wouldn't want to test on a color-treated leather. Something about that just doesn't make me comfortable. But, I mean, you'll still see the indentations. Here was the heaviest part to get out because of the impression of the keys. It gets the most pressure back here, but for the most part I think that it looks really good. So just like most of their SLGs, I find that the LV key holder is a powerhouse. I'm not going to clean the button on this because I'm just uncomfortable about it, so I'll just deal with it. But I'm glad that I used the face cloth this time because I feel like those little fibers help to get in there and get everything out. Another thing I did was I made sure that I switched corners as I was going along because I didn't want to take dirt that had gotten picked up from one spot and then just transfer it over to the other. So I just kind of made a new finger spot and kept rotating around the towel. If you want to pick one of these up, I highly recommend it. There, the glazing. Let's see if I'm showing this properly. I'll bring it right into the camera. But all in all, considering it tends to distort the bag in the front and they end up with this V indentation shape, I'm trying to avoid that. So this is why I keep the insert in the front.